Hi everybody, this is Tara Woodruff from Holiday, Florida, and I want to do a video update for my Evolv e84 challenge. I haven't done one in forever because I've been a humongous slacker. I'm a businesswoman, so sometimes I get a little tied up, and way tied up. Sometimes I work 20 hours a day. It's nuts, I know. And what happens? I slack off on everything else of my personal development outside of reading. So I wanted to kind of recommit. My first e84 challenge is up on August 12th, and that's awesome. I'm sure I'm going to see some pretty good results. I know I feel a hell of a lot better. I'm drinking my shake one a day, because that's all I need now. I'm drinking my Activate. This is helping me out, because I just went for a jog, or a jog walk. I don't know how you want to call it. I started walking, then I jogged, and then I stopped jogging, and then I walked, and then I jogged a tiny bit more, and then I walked. So it was a walk, jog, walk. And I feel really good, because it's really the first time I got out there and did something like that in a while. We've had super bad weather, all the excuses in the world not to go outside. And today is perfect, so there was no excuse. I figured before I went and jumped in the shower, I would show you my disgusting sweaty self. And let you know that I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about this life change. I've been working really hard on changing things for myself for a long time now. And I've succeeded tremendously in some areas, and in other areas I kind of fell back, and I wanted to clear some things up. First, I want to apologize. I'm a researcher type person. I love that. When I was in college, that was my thing. I love doing research papers. I love researching, even like, modern political issues. I will research something until I'm blue in the face before I even post it on Facebook. And one thing that I totally didn't do, and it was because I believed. And I didn't research the products that I was promoting before, and I apologize to everyone that bought one, to everyone that followed me in that, and to everybody that watched me and wondered, I thought Tara liked to research stuff. Why didn't she do her homework here? I relied on our interior company research. I also listened to Audrey. I don't know if you've ever seen a video with Audrey where she justifies soy and sucralose. And you can just take a look. And if the products were so healthy and she was on them, she would be in much better health, and you can tell it by looking at her. So anyway, I was there for 20 months, and I've told y'all I've moved on. And the thing is while I was there, I had a few people did the big migration. I mean, people are migrating away from that company for the same reasons I did, and for other reasons. And the big thing that people were coming to me with was, Tara, it's dangerous. Tara, those combinations. Tara, there's, it links to cancer. Tara, this and Tara, that. And I remember my enroller saying to me, Tara, they're just trying to recruit you. They're telling you about those negative side effects because they're trying to recruit you. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And I want to tell you something. I thank you so much, all of you all. There's a couple of really awesome people out there that moved away from that company quite a few months before I did, moved on to other opportunities because they really were interested in helping people. And they moved on to companies that are far superior as far as product line is concerned. That's not why I ended up leaving. I still believed, even though I was doing some of their research. I was kind of looking at it with one eye shut and one eye open. You know what I mean? When it really boiled down to me is when it hit me in the gut that, holy shit, I've been doing this for 20 months, and no matter how many people are coming in, the retention rate is less than 22% for customers, and even smaller. The entire team I only had one person really working his business. And I discovered something that was pretty horrible for somebody that's in a promotional kind of business like I am, MLM or network marketing. And there's something called a dead leg. And I was actually, in my initial position, I was brought in. It was a paid position. They asked me, come into the business, I'll take care of your position. They told me I came in at an ESS, and I came in at a basic distributor, but I didn't find that out for a few months. Because I didn't know how to even look at the back office. You know what I'm saying? I just kept noticing they kept asking me to upgrade, and I was like, why are they doing that? I was really excited about just being brought into the company, and that somebody thought that I was cool enough to have me, promote their products for them. But what I didn't know what I was doing is what I meant to them for real. What I discovered about 6 months before I left was that I was in fact I had to actually contact the company to find out where I was placed, because in that company you can be placed. And I wanted to know exactly, I knew who my personal enroller was, but I didn't know who I was placed under. And I noticed that somebody in my team actually hit like a presidential rank, which was a huge jump from where they were and a huge pay rate increase. And I was like, wow. And I asked my company, who am I under, who are they under, and who's under them, and who's above them. And I found out that it was my enroller, the team trainer, the personal team trainer of my enroller. She's the one that did all the GST trainings. And then my enroller's mother. So the person that did the major rank increase was the person that was the person, my enroller's personal team trainer. She hit presidential. That's impossible without placing people under yourself. You can only fill 3 positions. That's all you can do. You have to place people that you enroll underneath the people underneath you. Nobody got placed under me. Now, I'm not going to say that it's their responsibility to make sure that I was successful in my business, but I tell you what, for more than 8 months, every single day, I woke up before God knows when, went to a public library before they were open, stayed there until after they were closed, every single day, 70 hours a week, at the minimum, at a library, trying to work my business, holding challenge parties in a park because I couldn't bring anyone to my house because I didn't have electricity. It wasn't that I wasn't doing the job. I was doing what the company kept saying to do. Press, play, blend, press, play, whatever that fucking bullshit was. But so I'm thinking to myself, wow, she hit president and I'm sitting here, nobody's been placed under my people. So I contact my enroller and I say, hey, can I get some help with my team here? I mean, I know people above me are enrolling and I know that they have to place them somewhere, so why can't I have somebody go underneath my team? Oh, we'll see about that. Okay. I call back the company and I said, who is, I had found out that it's the team leader, the team trainer for my enroller's personal team, and then my personal enroller's mother. So then I asked the team trainer, hey, do you know who this person is? How do I get in touch with them? And they're like, who's that? I've never heard of that person. I said, you never heard of that person, really? Yeah, I never heard of that person. I said, that's funny, because Visalis says it's one of your top 3, your front line. Well, all of a sudden they heard of that person. It turns out it was my enroller's mom. And she was driving a BMW holding a regional rank and never, ever, ever promoted the business herself. So basically her daughter was filling up her downline so that she could maintain a regional rank. If you understand what that means, that's $12,500 worth of volume every month. Has to happen for her to keep getting her $600 check for her BMW. Do you understand what that means? I was brought in on a paid position that was completely in 2 dead legs. I was never ever going to receive any help from my business. I was never ever going to be able to help my people underneath me besides what I put under them myself. They did not give a fuck about me. And when they tell me, don't listen to those people telling you about negative side effects, they're just trying to recruit you. Well, you know what? Thank God they did. Thank God they showed me some things. Like I said, it's not when I moved on. When I moved on is when I realized that I was going to literally be homeless and out on the streets if I continued on. Because I knew deep down inside that people that were in this company that were up higher than me had special privileges that people like you and I would never have. And they'll see that the next time they have a major event when 45 brand new people walk by and they're all ambassadors already, and the people that have been there for 20 months, 2 years, still haven't gotten past regional director. Ask yourself this. What do you think that my personal enrollers in that company were really desiring for me? I'll wait. Well, I'm going to tell you what, they weren't desiring anything for me. All I cared about was the volume that came into their business, and even though I was no rock star, no superstar at all, I did have talents to bring to the team, and I was totally underutilized, and when I did stuff on my own, it was all like, oh, but this and oh, but that, and yeah, no. Over the course of that 20 months, I gained 40 pounds instead of losing weight, and I kept on that challenge, man. I wanted to lose weight so bad. I really did, guys. I ended up developing edema. If you know what that means, if you're reading my blog, if this is where you're watching the video, then you have probably seen posts about my edema and seen pictures of my feet and my shins. Pitting edema, it comes from your kidneys kind of slowing down on you. Also comes from being overweight. So I tighten up on my challenge and make sure I drink my 2 shakes and not just one every day. Oh, well. I had insomnia. I never got to sleep before 4:30 in the morning for over a year. I had anxiety. Blurred vision. Gut wrench. Sour gut. Started becoming really intolerant to things with gluten in it when I never had a problem before. I was starting to develop issues that I never had before. And the sad part is that I don't believe in doctors, first of all. Second of all, I couldn't afford one if I did. But if I was able to document what my experience was physically and what I'm still going through and how much more difficult it is to get control of my health, because now I'm trying to repair the damage I did for 20 months. I would, it would be a very big different situation. I'd probably be served a cease and desist order. So with that being said, if you want to try some products that actually do work, I'm going to give us a couple of links below this that you can go ahead and get a free sample. Yes, you're going to have to pay for your own shipping, because I don't just give out free samples without you coming halfway with me. I got to jump in the car. I got to go down to the no. So I do want you all to eventually come on the E84 challenge and try some of the most amazing products in the world and get healthy and develop your own formula for health with our products. But more importantly, I just want you, if you are currently in that program that I used to be in, I want you to stop right now and go somewhere else, or just stop. You're almost better off eating McDonald's, guys. That's pretty fucked up. So thank everybody for coming to me and trying to shed the light on me and help me understand, even though I didn't leave yet. It took me a long time to really come to grips with how I felt about the products. I believed for a long time. And I apologize to anyone I even exposed to it. So that's my disclaimer. And I'm sorry, and I'm happy now. And if there's anything I can do to help you, if you don't like Evolv and you want to look somewhere else, I got people I can hook you up with. I can point you in another direction. Don't worry. I mean, the most important part of this is I'm really passionate about 2 things. That's getting people to quit their jobs and create their own economy, and also getting people to unplug from the system. And if you've got a nice meal replacement shake and a decent garden in your backyard, you're unplugged. And that's a really big thing. So thank you all so much for listening to my long E84 challenge rant. And thank you for listening to me plug my new company. And thank you for listening to me bash my old one. It is what it is, and I want to be honest with you guys. And a lot of people are coming to me saying, I don't know where you quite gone, because I don't really publicize and puke on people like I used to. But below this, there's going to be some links there. Go ahead and try some stuff. We got the Activate ATP, phenomenal. Cafe Rosso, we fight over it. And, of course, we have our Evolv protein shake, and that comes in 2 flavors, and it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And you only need 1 a day if you're trying to lose weight. You don't need 2. So you have a blessed day. And now I think I'm going to go take a shower because I'm smelly. Bye.